Welcome to On the Couch with Mom and Marcie,
where two generations come together
and the past meet the present. Two generations,
one couch.
I'm Mom.
And I'm Marcie.
We're so glad you're here. Peace, everybody. Welcome to our introductory show.
Woohoo! Hello, everybody.
So today, our show is going to be about what our show is going to be about. So this show came together because me and my mom are super, super close. And we always discuss usually my life trials, and she's always giving me advice. And we don't always see eye to eye on some of the things I may be going through, or even my daughter may be going through. And so we just thought it would be a great idea to do a podcast that all of you could be a third party to listen to about our two generations and how we see things from a different perspective. What do you think about this, Mom?
Girl, this generation today is totally different than when I grew up. I mean, yeah, we have some difference. I don't see things the way you guys see things. It's just totally different. Yeah. Not saying I'm right, not saying you are wrong. I just see things different.
Right. So we thought if you guys could sit in and listen on a conversation that we have basically on a daily, we would love to get your feedback, and we'll touch on all of that where you can reach us at the end of this episode.
Yes.
So,
looking forward.
Why don't you give the listeners a little background as to where you're coming from, so in future episodes they'll understand your point of view and why you feel the way you do about certain topics.
Okay, hi everybody again. It's so glad to have you guys here. I am from the baby boomer era. That's 1946 to 1964. I was born in 1950 in the most racist state in the Union, South Carolina. I was born in the middle of racism. My mother, father, and 9 sisters and brothers. I'm the number 9th child, the number 6 girl in our family, and along with other African Americans, we had no autonomy. We couldn't do anything. You know, they really took charge of our life. We could work in the restaurants, but you know what? We couldn't sit down and eat with them.
What do you mean you couldn't? I mean, I understand what you're saying. You couldn't eat with them. Like, you literally, like, it wasn't like you guys were over here and they were over there, or were you?
No, we couldn't sit our behinds down in a chair in the same room where the Caucasians sat, or the white folks, whatever you want to call them.
Literally the dirty South.
There you go. And we could buy food, but we had to go outside to a window that was cut in the back wall, not the door, a hole in the wall where we ordered our food. And let me tell you something else. We couldn't even go to the beach, the Atlantic Beach. Now, who owns the Atlantic Beach?
Nobody. Like,
there
it's
you go.
Free for everybody to go and experience.
There you go. We couldn't walk on the sand, and you better not put your toe in the water.
What happened if you got water?
Ain't no telling. There has been so many kids and adults too that have been beaten that we couldn't find them anymore. I mean, it was rough back then.
For just going in the beach water?
Yeah, because they don't want to. They didn't want to touch the same water that we can put our toe in. How about that?
That's crazy. So what else? What else did you experience as a youth growing up in the South? Like,
I mean, I left South Carolina almost 2 weeks after I graduated from high school. I didn't like that place. I just didn't like the place because I couldn't grow. I couldn't be myself. I still don't. I have 2 sisters that still live in the same hometown, and they are very happy. And to each his own. But it's just not for me. I never did like that place. It was always scary to live there. You know, you had to stay on your side of the track, and you couldn't, everything. You had to walk down with your head down, and you couldn't look people in the eye. They were walking on the sidewalk. We had to get off the sidewalk for them to walk. It's all kind of bull.
So even though that's where you met the love of your life, my father.
Yes.
You still are like, nah, like, I don't like it there?
Oh, hell no. Oh, excuse me.
No, you can say what you want. This is our podcast.
Oh, no, I do not like anywhere back there. Alabama, where he's from, I don't like that. Mississippi, I'm afraid of those states because they were really some of the racist states in the Union. So it scared me, and I guess the roots are still in me. So I just don't like those states.
Wow.
But more about me later on. We'll talk about more about me later. What about you?
So me, as well, you know, but maybe our listeners don't. I am from the Generation X, the best generation, if you ask me.
Yeah, okay.
And these people were born between, or us people, we were born between the years of 1965 and 1979. And this is when Atari and Sega Genesis ruled our world.
Yeah.
Pac-Man was the biggest thing in the world to everybody. I can remember going into remember Tilt at the mall?
Oh yeah.
Arcades were a thing.
Okay, yeah.
Going to the malls was a thing. That's where we didn't have social media.
Right.
Actually, my generation was a generation that is the last generation actually that knew what it was like to not have the internet and social media, like where we had to go outside and entertain ourselves.
Same thing for cell phones. You didn't have cell phones.
We didn't have cell phones either, but our generation
Yeah.
also was the first ones to start having those.
Yeah, well, yeah. Uh-huh.
So that's why I say we're the best generation, because we know what it was like to have to entertain ourselves. We didn't have these devices. We didn't
Right.
have podcasts.
I wish it was that way now.
Yeah, it'll never be the same.
Nope.
It'll never be the same.
Nope.
What else was going on? We used to check the newspaper for movies, or even better, get your Blockbuster video card out.
Yeah.
Go get a video on a Friday night and make sure you rewind it because it was VHS.
Yeah.
Unlike you, Mom, we had full autonomy. I can remember when we first moved out here. So let me tell you a little bit more about before we moved here. We lived in LA, then we moved to Gardena, and then Dad moved us out here where we are in Ventura County now. And I want to say we kind of experienced some similar things, because although it wasn't as outwardly racist,
Oh no, it wasn't. Mm-mm.
I experienced some of those things
Yeah.
coming up
Mhm.
because the kids didn't want to play with me,
Right.
because they would call me dirty,
Mhm.
or like, y'all know little black girls back in the day, we used to have our little bobos, and then, with the 15 ponytails, and so like the kids would tease me. My brother didn't have the same experience. He was very, very popular because we just came from LA. And so LA was another thing that was new, breakdancing.
Yeah.
And so although it was out of New York,
Uh-huh.
it trickled down to LA.
Uh-huh.
And when we came out here, it was brand new. And so Brian's showing these white kids like,
Yeah.
okay, this is how you pop lock. This is how you backspin. They thought he was the coolest thing. But me, they wouldn't get on the swing after me. Nobody wanted to play with me. Like I said, they would make fun of my hair.
Wow.
But the boys didn't care. The boys were like, you're tall. Do you know how to play basketball? And, we just came from LA. So there wasn't no youth basketball or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, no. They're like, okay, just stand under the basket with your hands up and we'll throw you the ball, put it in the hole. And that was the beginning of me becoming an athlete.
Really?
Yeah, that's when I started saying, Mom, I want to play basketball.
What was the name of when you got a computer? What was the name of that?
America Online.
Yeah, it was called AOL.
AOL,
Yeah,
yeah.
where it would say, "You got mail."
Yeah. And you had to use dial-up to get on.
Yeah. Made all that crazy noise.
And just make sure that whoever was on the phone, they had to get off the
off.
phone so you could use the
Yeah.
internet. Yeah, AOL was a thing too. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, my generation saw the start of it, all this digital technology. Which like you said, I sometimes wish it wasn't even there.
Yeah.
The internet is very helpful, because you get to research things that you may not have access to, because back then we had encyclopedias.
Yeah.
Now you just Google something.
Yeah, you know what? Another thing too, when we first got the car phone. Remember when I
Oh my
first
gosh,
got my
you
car
guys
phone?
had that big block car
Yeah,
phone.
it was about as big as a loaf of bread.
Yes, it was huge. But you guys were, I'm going to tell you what, shout out to my dad. My dad always made sure that we had the best of everything. And I remember that block phone, you guys had, some of them when they first came out, they were hooked to the block.
Yeah.
Yours wasn't though. Yours was fancy. Yours was the first wireless one.
Yeah, girl.
And I think that's when were you driving a Cadillac at that time?
Yes, honey.
Okay. Was it the red one? No.
No, I was driving the Batmobile.
Oh, the long gray one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Y'all, if you would have seen this car, you would have called it the Batmobile too. But more about my youth. I am one of three. I have, and you said you're one of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Another difference.
Oh,
we
yeah.
only have Three. So I have an older brother and an older sister, and I am the baby.
Yep.
And if you talk to either one of them, they will tell you that, but so what? Deal with it.
You are my baby.
And because I was talking about my sports, how it started me, in junior, not mid junior high, elementary, it helped me get on the path to being a really, really good athlete in high school, to where I was playing varsity basketball as a freshman. I was a starting pitcher and shortstop as a sophomore on varsity, and I could have wrote my ticket anywhere in this country for sports. But then I had a high school sweetheart.
But you did get two full ride scholarship offers.
I mean, I had more than that. It was just down to these.
Yeah, we willed it down to those two.
To those two schools, yeah. And then when I'm getting ready to decide, here comes little big head Drea.
Oh, yeah.
My daughter, who I just love more than anything.
Yeah, I could spread that girl on some crackers and eat her up. That's my baby, my Drakey Wakeys.
Yeah, she's amazing. I can't say enough about her. I had her at 17, and because I was very visible in high school, like popular because of my sports, they asked me to leave the school. And so I had to get homeschooled, which, shout out Mom. She quit her job. She had a whole career making good money. That was at the time you were landscape architect, business or office manager, right?
The James Dean Group.
Yeah, and she was doing her thing, and she quit her job so she could take care of Andrea. And that to me was like huge. I still right now will call her and be like, Mom, thank you so much for everything you did, because my daughter's hugely successful right now in her life, and without my mom and dad supporting me, I don't know that she would be.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would, because you instill a lot of good things in her also.
I mean, I do. I work very hard, and I think that that's why she works so hard, is because she sees me as an example. All of us, really. But I'm saying, like, if I didn't have the money, like you guys, I was 17. Like, what job was I getting? I was still in school. You know, if I didn't have the insurance, you guys did that for me.
You know, Marcia, that's why I tell the parents today, kids emulate what they see and hear. That's why you got to be careful what you say around the kids, and definitely put on your best suit when you trying to make an impression of them being working, going out into the world working, because kids are little magnets.
Well, yeah, because you guys instilled in us, Brian and myself, like, you need to go to school.
Yeah.
Like, it was a thing. Like, okay, you had a baby, you're still going to go to college.
Well, yeah, you know.
And that was, and why though? Because it was, not why, because, yeah, you want me to get my education, but you guys really were on us about education.
Well, you know, Marcy, you had two things going against you and Brian. Well, you for sure, because you were a female who you know, for some reason, females of any color are looked at as less than, you know. And then on top of that, you were African American. So you had two things going against you. So you had to go over and above just to be even looked at.
Yeah, and that still holds true today. You see how hard I work right now today just to be seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's true. And again, that's another thing that my generation brought in. I got my degree online. That wasn't a thing back in your day.
Oh, hell no.
I remember when you were going, did you go to El Camino College?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to physically get up, get in your car, and go. Yeah, now that's a thing, not a thing. I mean, you could still go physically to a college, but most people go online because it's just more convenient.
And cheaper.
Is it cheaper? Oh, because you're not putting gas in the car and doing all that kind of stuff. So that's a little bit about me and where my viewpoint will be coming from. So I feel like I'm a little bit more liberal, and I feel like Mom was more conservative.
I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm not like you guys are today. You guys do some crazy stuff and say some crazy stuff. Oh, jeez.
Do you think you guys don't?
Well, maybe so in your eyes, I guess.
Yeah. I sometimes feel like your generation just isn't open, but I understand it because that's how you were raised.
Yeah, I mean, our roots were so. Sometimes it's hard to pull out roots because sometimes they can be so deep that you can't pull the total root out. And I think that's what it is, where I see things differently than you do.
But one thing I can honestly say, even though you experienced all that racism and all that stuff growing up, you never, and we grew up in a white neighborhood. You know, my dad leveled us up. My dad was a fireman, and he went up through the ranks to become an assistant chief, number 2 in charge, and moved us out here and just upgraded our life in so many ways. But me and my brother, when we got out here, were like, what is this? Like, we didn't see any black children. There was it was like me and him.
Oh, yeah.
And it was crazy.
Yeah.
And even though we grew up out here with a bunch of white kids, you never told us, based on your experiences, don't trust them. Like, don't be friends with them. You never said that.
I always told you guys to trust your instincts, because your instincts is going to tell you, your gut feeling, so to speak, is going to tell you when you need to step back. And that's why I try to tell you guys, everybody, all Caucasian people are not bad people. Just like all black people are not bad people. All Asian people are not bad people. Just some just make it bad for all. And I was trying to teach you guys to see that through your eyes and through your body energy. You know, because we're going to talk about energy on one of these topics.
Yeah. I mean, because some of my best friends are white. That sounds like so cliche, but it's true. Most of my best friends are white, and I don't look at them like that. They're just who they are. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's all I have about me. So, Mom, what is the couch wisdom of the week? And before you jump into that, on our show, we will every week have a couch wisdom of the week that Mom will tell you something, because she, to me, she's my wisdom. Our moms are our first teachers. And I cannot tell you how many times that I'll go back to something she said to me, and I'll hear her voice. It's like, oh, okay, well, and she'll give me some, like, one I'll give you. You know what I'm about to say.
A pen of pigs.
If you throw a brick in a pen of pigs, the one that gets hit is the one that's going to squeal. What does that mean, Mom?
Well, that means that, okay, just like you guys used to do, I would say, do not go in the cookies. And I go in the kitchen and the cookies are eating. I'm like, which one of you guys went in the cook? Which one of you guys ate the cookie? And the first one that said, not me, I didn't go in the kitchen. That brick hit that person. That's the first one that said it, because she was trying to clear herself.
So why you say she? How come it couldn't have been Brian?
Because lots of times it was you.
That's messed up. So with that said, Mom, what is your couch wisdom of the week?
My couch wisdom, and this week and future weeks, are coming from not just from my mother, my father, my grandmother, but also come from some of our great leaders like Martin Luther King, Maya Angelou, Harriet Tubman, Nelson Mandela, and my sweet love, President Obama. I love those guys, and I love President Obama. And you know what? And those guys went through what I have gone through as far as racism is concerned. And that's why their quotes mean so much to me. So if I can say one quote any week that can help you get through the week, that is my goal. And my quote of the week, or my word of wisdom of the week, whatever you want to call it, is, the time is always right to do what is right.
The time is always right to do what is right. Can you expound?
Right. The time is always right. It's never, you're supposed to always do right, regardless how bad it is, how it make you feel. Always do right. Because right will follow you. And you know, we've told you that before.
I still use that today. Yeah,
doing right, being right will follow you, and nothing but good things will happen to you. So the time is always right to do what is right.
All right, Mom. Okay, come system then, girl. Let us know. So that's going to be the end of our introductory episode. We hope you guys will join us here for future episodes, and you can find us on our social medias. We are going to be on TikTok at On the Couch with Mom and Marcie, also on Instagram, On the Couch with Mom and Marcie, and lastly on YouTube, On the Couch with Mom and Marcie. And eventually you'll get to see us and interact with us live because we're going to be on video. So we thank you for listening, and we hope to see you here on the couch.
Remember, no matter what generation you come from, there's always room for you on the couch.
Peace and love, y'all.
Blessings.